Now, you've probably heard about folks like Wyatt Earp, Jesse James, Doc Holliday, and Wild Bill Hickok. Legends of the frontier whose stories are known all over the world. The Old West is full of tales about courageous men and women who helped shape the country. But this isn't another tall tale about some make-believe pistol-packing paragon of justice wandering the territory looking for another wrong to right. No, the story you're about to hear is about three men who are by no means saints, but often found themselves in aid of those who could not stand up for themselves. Brave and often ruthless men who traversed the territories, leaving a trail of death in their wake. This is the story of three brothers. This is the legend of the Brothers Phloater.
Now I'm only going to show you this just one more time.
Okay, but go slow, because the kid really needs to be able to follow here.
I reckon I got it.
No. Frank's been going too fast, and you really need to see what it is he's doing here. Go on, Frank. Show him one more time, but slowly this time.
All right, Fart, I'll slow down so the kid can get it. It ain't that difficult. See, the knife tells me where my fingers are, like this, real slow like. Then it's just a matter of getting faster each time.
I do that. I do it every time.
Pay attention, Fart. Now it's really in the wrist, like so. See? It's easy. It just takes practice. Now give it a try.
I've been practicing and I just can't. Ah, God damn it!
Friends, there are a million ways a fella can waste away the hours out on the frontier. Some folks will find a quiet place to sit and read the latest novel, or head into town for a drink and a chin wag to catch up on all the news around the community. Some fellas will hunt down a high-stakes game of cards or seek out the pleasurable company of a lady. And then there are some who find the most dangerous and painful way to unwind. In this case, a twisted little game called Five-Finger Fillet, a game in which a person places his hand on a table, fingers splayed, and rapidly stabs between his fingers with a knife, hoping not to remove one of said digits. When we last saw the brothers, Phil had escorted Miss Katherine Morgan into Strawberry, leaving Frank and Fart to finish repairs here at the ranch alongside young Henry Morgan.
Maybe try it with your eyes closed. It seems to work for Frank.
You shut up, Henry.
I was just saying that.
I know what you was going to say. You think because he can't see his fingers, it makes him less afraid. But it don't matter. I've tried doing it blindfolded and it only made it worse.
He put a big buck knife right through his hand.
Nearly lost it, too. You see the scar right there?
Good God!
Yeah. Definitely not my finest moment. Frank? Hey, Frank, you all right?
Someone's coming.
And here I thought today was going to be another boring day. How many horses?
None.
What? Are you sure?
I don't hear any horses.
I don't see nothing out there. You sure you're not hearing things? Sometimes wind in the trees up there makes all sorts of weird sounds.
Frank's ears don't work like normal folks, kid. When he says he hears something, you better believe him.
Henry, go fetch them spyglasses. Something's wrong, Fart. Something's very, very wrong.
What are you thinking? Kane's men leave their horses back a ways, trying to sneak up on us?
No. I think it's just one person.
Okay, I got the spyglasses. Where am I looking?
Hand them over, Henry. Where am I looking at, Frank?
Over in that direction.
I don't see nothing, but it's also getting dark. I can't see as far.
Keep looking.
There ain't nothing I can see. Wait. I see him. It's Phil.
Your brother? What's he walking here for? Where's the wagon? Where's my sister?
Henry, go fetch the horses. Hurry up now.
Frank, this is bad. This is real bad.
I got your horses, boys. Let me help you, Frank.
I got him, kid. Go get Rosalita and wait for us here.
Can you just tell me what's going on?
Just wait here. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Phil? Phil. Hey, Phil. What?
Frank? Frank, I'm so sorry. We got you this new coat, see, and, well, I think that maybe I've ruined it. Katherine, she was getting cold, and I wrapped your new jacket around her. Then I may have gotten some of my blood on it.
That. Phil, I'm sure it was a very, truly fine jacket. But that don't matter none right now. Let's just get you back to the ranch, all right?
Hey, Phil, why don't you let me take her?
Get your hands off her! You just stay the fuck back, you hear me? You stay the fuck back!
Phil, it's us. We's just trying to help you is all.
Frank, let him be. We just need to walk with him right now.
Yeah, all right. Let's go, Phil. Let's take her home.
See there, Miss Katherine? I told you I'd bring you home. I promised I'd get you back home, and I did it. You can rest peacefully now. You're home. You're home.
I'm gonna go tear that bastard's head right off his body. I'm gonna go in the strawberry right now and...
You will. You're gonna stay here.
I'm not sitting here and waiting for
We ain't ready to go off and wreaking havoc all over.
Kitty? Is that my sister? Is she dead? Tell me she isn't dead.
Ay, pobrecita, no, my sweet angel, please, Lord, no, Dios, por favor.
Rosalita's seeing to Miss Kitty. I found this here bottle in the pantry. Thought it might be able to help.
I think that's all I can do for your wound, Phil. You're lucky the bullet only hit your shoulder, passed right through the meat. You're gonna be sore for a while, but you should be fine. Now, you want to tell us what the hell happened?
Take a drink of this, Phil. It'll help.
In due time, fart.
So what happened?
It's all sort of a blur. I was having a very nice day, Miss Katherine. Well, she was just so beautiful. And after we had our lunch, I don't know, it just felt sort of like the right time. So I got down on my knee and I proposed. She was so happy, brothers. Just so happy. And that's when I noticed them. 4 of them coming at us. I knew they was Canes. And they was coming to stir up some kind of trouble, so I gathered up Katherine and I told her that we needed to leave. That's when she noticed the wagon was gone.
Cain stole our wagon?
It's the only thing I could figure. Anyway, I figured we'd just walk, and I urged her to speed up. Figured if we just got out of town, them bedwetters would leave us be. I didn't hear the shot that hit me. Just felt the pain in my shoulder, and the next thing I knew, I was falling and landed on my knees, and I wasn't sure what had happened. Katherine, she was shouting, and then she screamed, and she just sort of fell on top of me.
You tell me who they was, Phil. And I swear to God Almighty, I'll do some violence like you ain't never seen before.
Now, hold on, Fart. Why didn't they finish you off? They had you dead to rights.
I ain't too sure, but I think they fucked up. I think they was only supposed to hurt or kill me. They wasn't supposed to harm her, and she I managed to sit up, and them bedwetters was already gone. Miss Katherine, she couldn't breathe. She was struggling to keep her breath, and I couldn't do anything. I hollered for someone to fetch the doctor, but he never came. All I could do was hold her and beg her to hold on. She just slipped away right there in my arms. I watched the light leave her eyes, boys. I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know when I got up or why I started walking. I had to bring her home.
And you did. You got her home, Phil. Now you need to get some sleep. Don't you worry none. We'll figure this all out in the morning. Come on, boys. Let's let him rest.
Why the fuck are we wasting daylight? I think we gotta ride into Strawberry right now. Find Kane and drag his good-for-nothing carcass back here and skin him for what he done.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. But I think it's for the best if we wait for Phil's say-so.
I suppose skinning's too good for that piece of horse shit. But he's gotta be made to pay for what he done.
And he will. Phil ain't gonna let this go unpunished.
This is all your fault.
Henry.
Don't you try and deny it. This is all your fault. You did this. You could have put an end to this weeks ago. We told you what kind of man Kane was.
Kid, you need to calm down now.
Don't tell me to calm down. My sister is dead because of you. You're just like my father said. You're only out for yourselves. You don't care who gets hurt. You're parasites. I don't know what demon possessed me into writing you, but it was the biggest mistake of my life.
Kid, I know you're hurting. And I know you're looking for someone to blame here.
Why can't you ever just shut up, you stupid fucking idiot? If it weren't for you, none of this would have happened. If it weren't for you, my sister could have married herself a good man. An honorable man and not some dirty criminal lowlife. She deserved a lot better than you, and I want you all...
Now you listen here, you fucking whiny little pissant. If you want to blame someone, then maybe you should be looking in the goddamn mirror.
Get off of me, you sightless psychopath!
The only reason we came here is because you made us think your sister needed us, and our fucking brother loved her more than anyone else has ever loved another soul on this earth.
Frank, that's enough now.
We've been busting our fucking asses helping you get this shit all back in working order because she asked us to. She was gonna be family. Phil was gonna ask her to marry him. He would have died to protect her, you understand? She saved him. She saved him.
Frank, that's enough. You need to let him go now.
No, this little shit needs
Frank, I said let him be now. You should get to bed now, Henry. Go on, son.
He ain't got no right to say that, Phil. He ain't got no right.
He's grieving, Frank. You gotta leave him be.
So, how do you want to handle this, Phil?
Slowly. Sit down, boys. We got a lot to discuss.
Especially this past year and all. But I hope you know that I was only ever looking out for you. I was trying to protect you the way Papa used to. I'm sorry, Kitty. I'm sorry I wasn't a better man.
Oh, my dear boy, that was wonderful. Just wonderful. Very, very well said.
Miss Katherine Morgan was one of the nicest ladies I've ever known. She was kind. She always smelled real nice. She had a nice laugh that made you smile when you heard it. She was also tough. I think I'm gonna miss her courage the most. She always spoke her mind, and I respected that most about her. Miss Kitty, I hope wherever you are, you're happy now. And I'm real sorry you... Well, shit, I'm just sorry.
Mi angelito, Frank, I know you must have something in your heart you wish to say.
Yeah, I suppose I do at that. Miss Kitty, Katherine, I was planning to say this to you after. I've met quite a few women that were nice in their own way, but none of them ever felt like family to me. Except you. And not just because Phil was sweet on you. You were special. Always felt a kinship with you, Miss Katherine, and I will always call you family because, well, that's what you are to me. A sister.
Oh. Qué lindo. Phil.
If you all don't mind, I think I'd like to say my piece in private.
Sí, como no, amorcito. Come on, my boys, vámonos. Let's go back to the house. I will fix us something to eat. ¿Quiere más comida? Would anybody like some more?
No, thank you, Rosalita. Please, come sit with us. I think you should be part of this. Henry, I think it might be best if you left the ranch, at least for a little while.
Claro que sí. I have family in the south. We could go there. They'd help us set up a whole new home.
No. I want to ride with you boys. I've got nothing left to keep me in any one place, and
No.
Why not? I can handle myself. Fart here has been teaching me how to shoot, and I'm getting pretty good. I can watch your backs.
Henry, please believe me when I tell you, you don't want this kind of life.
But you've been teaching me how to be...
I was teaching you how to handle yourself if trouble comes looking for you, not the other way around. Right now you're angry, and it's fogging up your brain.
Fart's right. This life ain't for you, and your sister would never forgive me if I let you ride with us. She wanted better for you. So I think you should head south with Rosalita. We'll help you get everything packed up, and you can start a new life. A better one.
You can't make me go. You ain't my father,
Let's
and
you and me take a walk, kid. We'll go squeeze off a few rounds and talk this out.
Fart?
Don't worry none, Phil. Henry and I are just gonna go blow off some steam. Nothing to worry about. Come on, kid.
You want me to go along? Make sure Fart don't say nothing stupid?
No. I think it'll be all right. Don't ask me why, but I think it will.
Aye, that boy's always been short-tempered, but I believe young Bartholomew's influence has been a good one.
I believe you're right, Rosalita. I think they've both been well served by getting to know each other. He's going to be angry for a while, but eventually he'll see our decision was for the best. For now, we've got a lot to figure out. Tomorrow we'll be getting you a wagon and some oxen for the trip. We need to start packing up everything. All right, looks like you're all ready to get on the trail. With a little luck, you should be crossing the border in a fortnight. If you wait just a minute, I'll go fetch them brothers of mine and they can...
Aye, they've already said their goodbyes to me. They promised me they would look out for each other and especially for you. Will you promise me the same?
With my life.
I am going to miss this place. It has been my home for so many years.
Home ain't a place. It's the people around you. It's family.
Sí, por supuesto, es la verdad. You are right, my sweet boy. I will miss you and your brothers very much. Will you tell me where you will go when you are finished here?
It's probably better if you don't know.
Will I ever see you again?
I don't think so.
Then I pray the good Lord watches over you and keeps you safe. I hope that one day you will find peace.
Gracias, Rosalita. Now go on. You got a real long journey ahead of you. Best get going. And take care of Henry. He's a good man.
See, I will. And one day he'll see that none of this was your doing and he will forgive.
Frankly, I don't think it matters one way or the other. Vaya con Dios, Rosalita.
Adios, my strong little boy. And Phil, mátalos todos.
Did Henry say goodbye?
No, he just sat there stone-faced.
He wasn't too happy after we talked, but he understood. He'll be better off down south. So, how about it, Phil?
Yeah, it's about time we got to work, boys. Let's go.
Come in.
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Kane, but I thought you might like to hear it that it looks like you were right. Mr. Anderson just told me that he sold his old Conestoga wagon to the Morgan kid. I sent Hendricks and Driscoll to go check out the ranch, and they just got back and said that Henry and that housekeeper of his set out this morning. Said they was heading south.
Were the floaters with them?
Didn't sound like it, but it's possible they've already moved on.
If what you've told me in the past is true, then I think it's prudent that we triple our lookouts, at least until we're certain them floaters ain't gonna come looking to get even. However, with young Henry Morgan deciding to seek his fortune elsewhere, it appears the ranch and the land are up for grabs.
Unless he sold it to someone.
True, but we have ways around that. Just the same, tomorrow morning I'd like you to fetch Mr. Smythe and tell him we need to draw up a new deed. I'll send a letter to our friend at Central Union to finalize the details. Would you care for a drink, Billy?
I would indeed. Thank you, sir.
Here's to a brighter future for all of us.
To your vision, sir.
Billy, as you seem to know more about the Brothers Phloater than I do, can you tell me what we should be looking for in terms of retaliation?
But we've already discussed that, sir. Several times, in fact.
Humor me.
All right. Well, I've heard tale that they spend a lot of time with the heathens, that they enjoy scalping their enemies.
Sounds like ghost stories told to frighten children.
With all due respect, Mr. Kane, men like the Floaters don't get the type of reputation they have from ghost stories.
But you don't have any specific stories.
Well, no, but that don't mean we shouldn't take things seriously.
I am taking this very seriously. But in our experience with them boys, all we've seen is that they've broken a few bones, killed a few insignificant and fairly useless men, and one horse, if the story is to be believed. And now I'm wondering if we should be worried or if their reputation is nothing but a giant load of steaming horse shit.
Maybe it's best not to go tempting fate, sir.
Who the hell is that?
Citizens of Strawberry, as of this moment, you have exactly 5 minutes to gather your belongings and your kin and get the hell out of town. After that, anyone remaining will be considered in the employ of one Charles Kane. To those poor, misguided bedwetters who ignore this warning or choose to stand against us, I suggest you take a moment to get right with the Almighty, as you will find no mercy here tonight.
Mr. Kane, I recommend we get you out the back and hide up in the hills.
No.
But Mr. Kane...
I said no. I will not run from these bastards and give up everything I've built. Go gather up our men, Billy. All of them. You bring them back here and we'll end this once and for all. Go on now.
Yep, time's up. So what happens now?
I'm gonna head up to the saloon for a nice game of cards. Frank, might I borrow your knife?
Sure. Here you are.
Thank you. Fart, it's time. Frank, to the ground.
You just stop right there, Phloater. Don't take another step.
Evening, Billy. I'm gonna give you a chance to step aside and let me and Mr. Kane have a word.
He ain't talking to you. No, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to turn around.
Billy! What have you done, you sick son of a bitch?
Sit down, Mr. Kane.
I'm sure we can come to some kind of an understanding here if you'll just wait a minute and let me talk.
said, sit down. Now, I believe you said it would be a $500 buy-in, correct?
You want to play cards? You just killed my most trusted man and you want to... Oh! Damn it!
I do apologize for that, Mr. Kane. I imagine it'll be more difficult for you to play with a knife through your hand and into the table like that, but I needed to be sure you wasn't gonna run. Now, I believe you said it would be a $500 buy-in. Here's my money. Why don't I deal the first hand?
You don't want to do this, Mr. Phloater. This is all just a terrible misunderstanding, and I'm sure if we could just speak as gentlemen, we...
Well, the bet is to you, sir.
Mr. Phloater, be reasonable. This has already gone too far. I understand your anger. Truly I do, but we can find a more lucrative solution. God damn it.
I take it you don't wish to bet? Very well. I'll raise 10. How many cards would you like?
This doesn't have to go any further.
Well, I'm afraid it does. It's the rules of the game, sir. Now, how many cards do you want? I'm not gonna ask again.
Okay, fine, 2. I'll take 2.
Well, there you are. Dealer takes 3. Bet is to you, Mr. Kane.
You are a coward, sir. The worst kind of man. You didn't even give Billy a chance to defend himself. You murdered him in cold blood. You are without honor and without dignity. I promise that you'll hang for what you've done here.
You still haven't placed your bet, and my patience is beginning to wear thin.
Fine. I'll bet 20.
Well, I'll see that. And I'll raise you 30.
Call.
Pair of 10s.
3 of a kind. Now get this fucking knife out of my hand.
We've only had one hand, sir, and there's still a lot of money on the table. It's your deal. Oh, perhaps you'd be all right if I just dealt, seeing as you only have one hand available. Speaking of which, it's time to ante up. There we are.
Fuck.
One finger seems fair, don't you think, sir?
You bastard! You no good, bitter, loathsome son of a bitch! Fuck!
Well, maybe my luck is changing. I'll bet 10 to start.
15!
Well, I'll see that. And I'll take
1.
All right, there you are. Ooh, I'll bet 50.
Call!
2 pair. Ladies over jacks.
Pair of 4s.
Maybe my luck's turning around. Time to ante up again.
No!
Another hand, another finger. That should do the trick.
Yeah.
Whose deal was it? Oh, well, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point.
Oh, fuck. Please, Mr. Phloater, please listen to me. I know why you're upset. I didn't want anything bad to happen to Miss Morgan. Fuck, I loved her. I loved her more deeply than I've ever loved anyone. But as you said, she was quite a proud woman. She refused to see that I could give her the life she deserved.
I'll bet 5 to start.
I'll see it. It was an accident. You have to believe me. I had no intention of Miss Morgan getting hurt. None.
I'll be taking 2 cards. How many would you like?
Mr. Phloater, they were only supposed to kill you. They were only supposed to kill you. But I made them pay. I made those sorry sons of bitches pay for their mistake. I loved that woman, Mr. Phloater. I had never wanted anything bad to happen to her. I would have been a good husband to her.
Call. Full house.
Please, Mr. Phloater, please.
7 high? Seems like this wasn't your hand. I'll be taking my winnings now. Open your mouth.
No!
Open your fucking mouth!
No!
I reckon you won't be needing your tongue anytime soon. Frankly, tired of fucking listening to you. Oh, yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about how you might bet. Tell you what, why don't you just knock on the table with your good hand? I suppose it's my deal now. The bet... the bet is to you, Mr. Kane.
Bill, you might want to finish up in there. The hotel's on fire.
Well, that's a shame, ain't it? Seems like we're gonna have to cut our game short here. I'll tell you what, let's make it interesting. Let's just go all in here. Yeah, all in, all right. What do you got? Well, son of a bitch, you got yourself a pair of aces. That definitely beats my pair of deuces. I guess you win. Well, I guess I should be going. You heard what my brother said, and I don't want to get burned alive. Say, before I go, I just remembered when we first met, we sat at this exact table. You remember? We played cards just like we did tonight. Yeah, you sat there, and right across from you was that fella. What the fuck was his name? Anyway, you sat there, and you broke that man. And do you remember what he said as he was leaving? He said that someday you would cross the wrong man. You remember that? How you doing, Mr. Kane? I'm the wrong fucking man. Nice to fucking meet you. Shit! I almost forgot my brother's knife.
It's kind of pretty, really. All that light dancing around like that.
You say everything you needed to, Phil?
No,
Where are we going?
I don't know. Let's see where the trail takes us.
Oh my God, you missed some pretty amazing shots, Phil. Like there was this one fella up on a balcony who was trying to get the drop on me, but he didn't know I'd already seen him. He tries to pull this shitty little peacemaker. I just shot him in the chest. He comes a-falling down off of that balcony. I swear to you, Phil, I put 2 more holes in that sumbitch before he hit the ground. He landed right in the horse trough, but I took him out of the horse trough because that'd just be mean.
By the time the sun rose the next morning, there was nothing left but charred ruins. No one who survived that night would ever say how the fire started. Rumors began circling that it had been a horse who kicked an oil lantern. No one ever tried to rebuild the town either. Folks claimed it was cursed by heathens. But now you know that the infamous Strawberry Inferno was ignited by the death of Miss Kitty Morgan, and the flames were fed by the brothers Phloater.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking putting holes in him, but I kept poking him up with a gun set and fucking horse trough. They just kept loading in. I swear to God, there ain't much left of that.
In the town of Strawberry, just upon that hill, lived a man named Cain, with a lust he had to fill. He paid the price, yes, he sealed his fate, when he took the life of Katherine and earned the Phloater's hate. Phil loved Katherine more than the stars, but Charles Kane's money left his heart full of scars. He sent out his men with a coward's hand, and Katherine's blood stained Strawberry's land. Oh, the night Strawberry burned to the ground. Phil, Frank, and Fart Phloater rode through town with a fire in their eyes, revenge in their soul. They burned it down to pay Charles toll. Phil grabbed his brothers, Frank and old Fart. Tonight we'll tear this whole fucking town apart. For Katherine's gone and the town must pay. Everyone in Strawberry won't see another day. The burning buildings lit up the midnight sky. No law could stop them, no man would dare try. The fire spread wide as the people cried. In the smoke and the flames, love's justice was tied. Oh, the night Strawberry burned to the ground. Phil, Frank, and Fart Phloater rode through town with a fire in their eyes, revenge in their soul. They burned it down to pay Charles toll. Charles Kane hid, but Phil walked through his door. With 2 loud shotgun blasts, Kane was no more. As the ashes fell, Phil looked to the sky for Katherine's love, one last goodbye. Oh, the night Strawberry burned to the ground. Phil, Frank, and Fart Phloater rode through town with a fire in their eyes, revenge in their soul. They burned it down to pay Charles toll. A Strawberry's gone, just dust in the wind. Phil, Frank, and Fart rode on again. But the memory stays like a ghost in the flame of the night they burned Strawberry in Katherine's name. Oh, the night Strawberry burned to the ground. Phil, Frank, and Fart Phloater rode through town with a fire in their eyes, revenge in their soul. They burned it down to pay Charles toll. Phil loved Katherine more than the stars, but Charles Kane's money left his heart full of scars. He sent out his men with a coward's hand, and Katherine's blood stained Strawberry's land.
you killed Cain, right? I mean, like, we didn't leave him burning. I mean, I wouldn't be against letting a man burn alive, but, like, at the same time, Phil, I can't leave Strawberry if he's still kicking. Phil, you gotta wrap this up for me. Phil! Come on, Phil! Phil, goddammit!